Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Renick. Welcome to the October 1st, 2018 edition of Mike's Market Update. I am the senior broker, the team lead with Team Renick Real Estate Services, part of that great Keller Williams on the Water family, serving Sarasota, Bradenton, and the west coast of Florida. The reason we come in each and every week is to share with you the changes in the market. And we've been through many years of expansion. The market's been very good to a lot of folks, bottoming out in 2012. Now we're into 2018. And we're starting to see some mixed signals. Do I think the market is ready to head south? No, not at all. But there are certain pockets that are stronger than others. And I think when you go through this, as either a seller or a buyer, it's important to know that, because these facts can be leveraged all the way down at a subdivision or a condo association level. We're happy to provide that information to you. No obligation, just reach out to us. So if I can hit a couple of buttons here, and I'd like to start walking through the latest charts, and the software is acting a little funny. Let's see if we can do this the other way. Let's see what we've got on here. There we go. All right, so let me just expand this to the entire screen. What I like to look at, we look at 4 data points. We look at what's happening to pricing. We look at what's happening in terms of inventory levels. Today, we're going to look at how long does it take to get something sold when it comes on a market. It's when you mix all these together, sales numbers, prices, how long it takes to get things sold, that's where the formula comes out, so that the software just sent an error message. Let me work through that. I apologize. So that's where we can put our best plan. So right now, today, I want to look at average days on the market. In the county of Sarasota, we're seeing about even with last year. There's no change to last year, last month. We're at about 79 days. Now, how would we leverage that? If we're a buyer and something is on the market and it's been on the market for just a week, we can actually convince the seller we can help them beat this number and yet maybe accept a price in our favor. There's a lot more detail we can go into. What we're seeing, though, is that in terms of pricing, the actual selling price versus the original price is holding in the low 90s. But right now we're seeing in Sarasota County, it is taking a little bit less than 3 months to get properties sold, and we're seeing it consistent across the past year. When we jump into Manatee County, we're seeing that it's down. The 72 days are down from last year, 6.5%. They're equal to last month. So when we look overall, we also find that the selling price versus original listing price is about 93%, holding constant in the low 90s. We're seeing about the same kind of measurement. It snuck up a little bit in October, November, and December last year. It's back down now. It's something we want to keep an eye on. But knowing that as a buyer or a seller, so let's say we want to sell in Manatee County, and we've got a job transfer and we need to get this done in 30 days. There's marketing techniques and pricing so that we can beat the 72-day average. Because remember, for every home that sells under 72 days in Manatee County, there's another home that sells over 72 days. And we can, with the right plan, on either the buy side or the sell side, position you as the winner. Let's jump down now to Longboat Key. We're seeing 110 days there. That's down from last month, and it's down from last year. So the good news is Longboat Key, at least for the month of June and the month of August, is showing some very good numbers. Also, the selling price versus the actual listing price is also in the low 90s. But this is something to watch here. Longboat's been a little volatile. So if we want to beat the market, we can do so with the right plan. Longboat Key, 110 days. Jump down to Holmes Beach and Bradington Beach. We see 105 days. That's down almost 21% from last month. It's down almost 19% from last year. Good news story up there. We want to keep an eye on that and see where it's going and leverage that. If we go to Siesta Key, we see 120 days of the month of August. That is up. That's one of the areas that's up. Most of the areas we're seeing positive trends. In Siesta Key, it's up 26% from last month, but it's down 13% from last year. That's the metric that's most important to me, is over a year. With the cyclicalness of our selling market, the volatility we have here because of seasons. Siesta Key is predominantly a vacation home, a second home, or investor rental kind of a market. Those are the majority of folks that own the property there. So it's more appropriate to look at these numbers from a long term. So with respect to last year, the fact it's down 13%, that's a good news story. In Venice, we're at 76%, which is down a little bit from last month, but it's up from last year. We're going to want to keep an eye on this. We noticed in June of this year, it spiked at 86 days. We saw 76 days last year in June. It continued to fall for a while. Well, we're seeing the falling, but not quite as fast. So in Venice, we are going to want to keep an eye on this. 76 days is the latest metric. In the city of Sarasota, we're at 83 days. And 83 is up from last month, and it's up a little bit from last year. Looking at it year to year, not concerning to me. Up a little bit from last month is a little bit. Sarasota is more of a mix. It's families who live here, they work here, they've retired here. A little bit more year-round market than you would find out on the islands. But with that said, there's still a lot of vacation buyers. There's still a lot of investors that look in the city of Sarasota. 83 days, it's up a little bit. Want to keep an eye, put Sarasota on our watch list. Jump over to Bradenton. We're at 63 days. 63 days is down 3% from last month, down almost 9% from last year. Good news story. We like the numbers. Things are getting sold in 2 months, and they're being sold at 94% of asking price. So if we look into the city of Bradenton, we've got a good news story. Now, if you're inside the city of Bradenton, we need to look at your subdivision or condo association and see what those numbers are. They could be significantly different than the 63 days. And that's the last city we take a look at. So let me minimize this, get that off the screen. Again, this is just one of the factors we look at. We come to you every Monday, 4 Mondays out of the month, to share the latest data, and also, most importantly, how you can leverage that data to your benefit. If you'd like an analysis, no obligation, free of charge for your area, just give me a call on my personal cell. That number is 941-400-8735, or send an email to mike@teamrenick.com. Those of you watching live, thank you. I appreciate that. Those of you that'll see the recording, thank you also. If there's anything you need, the only question that's important to me is how can I help you today? Take care, everybody. I hope this data is helpful.